what do you do with the data from, a single isolated sort of proprietary style sensor when you can put it into a platform like ours and get some, true actionable insight, from that data. So I think a lot more of our integrations will be cool to showcase at this year's IBCon as well, and complementary to the DX3, because it's not just about building management systems. I mean, that's probably the thing that steals a lot of the limelight. But the reality for us now, as we've evolved in this last 12 months, we're now getting information from wireless access points, access control systems, lighting control systems, building management systems, obviously sub-metering systems, room booking systems. So we're giving our clients now this very comprehensive view of the data that's coming out of their buildings. These are big data pumps, these big, huge hundreds of $1 million assets. And we're finally getting to a place where, this integration is really benefiting our clients from, all this insight from a maintenance, proactive maintenance perspective, going through to predictive almost.
Why is it so hard? I mean, Siemens, Schneider, Honeywell, Johnson Controls, they've all been doing this for years. Why is this not done before now? Why is it so hard for a big client like, Boston Properties Group or Oxford Properties or Brookfield? Why is it so hard for them to actually get their hands on their own data?
Yeah, good question. I think it's just because of, the way you don't have to change. I mean, it's painful to change. It's like going out and getting fit. I do it myself. I go through these highs and lows, and then there's times where, I get on and I do it, but it's hard work. And I think some of these systems take a bit of a back seat. I think obviously what is prime in these buildings is looking after the tenants and making sure the facade and the look of the buildings, really amazing. But it's not until something breaks and then you've got tenants that are now disrupted by something breaking. I think that's where people are now starting to put, the tenant totally front of mind. So obviously the building's an asset and it needs to be immaculate as well. But I feel like now our clients are doing more with data to be able to predict and proactively get in front of any of these issues. But the problem is there's so many disparate systems across a building portfolio, and often none of them interact with one another. So a lot of these other larger companies that you mentioned there aren't very agile about additional integrations, right? They've stuck to their knitting for many, many years about just doing that, and that's fine. And a lot of them are now adopting open protocols, which is great for companies like ours that have these data aggregation platforms. But it's really about, well, how do I get now, especially with cyber? Cyber's taken a lot of the headlines and sucked a lot of the oxygen out of for budgets that we could have with the operations team. Cyber's often done at an enterprise level, and our type of sale is often done just at the building level. So that also I think makes it a little harder. But it's also then, what compatible devices do I have across my portfolio, and how do you do that assessment? And that takes us back to DX3 again. How can I do that assessment of what do I have in my buildings today that I can actually pull data out, and now I can start to look at standing up capital projects, and now I'll look at wireless access point integration. I'll talk about putting things onto a converged network. So I think that's why it's hard. It takes a decent amount. You need a certain amount of subject matter experts within your own team or trusted external vendors that really get how these systems come together, these master systems integrators. So now I certainly feel for everyone out there, if you haven't done it, it's quite a journey to embark on, but it's very doable.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that, I'm the most proud of, is the team that we've built behind our technology that actually, people like yourself that actually help our clients to accelerate this. Because, if it was easy, everyone would have done it by now.